WTOG Channel 44 Sports presents the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tonight's game is being brought to you in part by Chili's, by your Lincoln Mercury dealer, and by Toyota.
Football is in the air in Tampa, Florida. Yes, a new era for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as they open their 1995 preseason on Channel 44. As the New York Jets come to town, it's the first preseason game for both of these National Football League franchises. And welcome to our coverage on WTOG. I'm Tom Mees, and this game is so big that a former Buck is back in town to help describe it. Beasley Reese, welcome back.
Oh, it's good to be back in this great stadium, and I'm excited about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
And their fans are as well. A team that is much improved on paper, but the most important spot on the team is at quarterback. And let's face it, Trent Dilfer is untested.
Well, he's untested, but this is his great opportunity. This is what he's been waiting for all his life. He gets to prove starting today that he will mature quickly. That's the big question. How long will it take that guy to become a man in the National Football League?
We know one thing about the defensive side of the ball. Warren Sapp was a man at the University of Miami. But is he a man on the NFL level?
Well, first of all, he's a little too much, man. The coach would like to see him lose about 10, 15 pounds. But he's quick, he's strong. And what I like is he's motivated. He's a guy that has a lot to prove. He wants to show all these teams that let him slip by that they should have gone for the big guy.
For the New York Jets, they have a new head coach again. His name is Rich Kotite, who many years ago climbed in the ring as a sparring partner for Muhammad Ali. He may have a tougher fight this year with the Jets.
Well, I think he's got a major fight on hand. Now, he's pulled off some miracles in the past. He did great with Philadelphia despite losing Randall Cunningham a couple of seasons. But now he's got no wide receivers. He's got a brand-new revamped offense. They are rebuilding this team from scratch. I think he'll have a lot of problems this year.
And what about the Jets quarterback, Boomer Esiason? He's been to the mountaintop. He hasn't won the brass ring, but he's an old guy with a bunch of youngsters.
I feel for Boomer. This is a guy who's 34 years old. This is his time to really be surrounded with a lot of power. But really, he's out there naked. He's got no wide receivers. He's got this brand-new offense that they're going to try to run, and I really think he's almost out of place.
Well, there's ordinarily not too much excitement around the first preseason game of any NFL season, but I think there's a lot for both these teams to prove, Beasley. They were both 6-10 a year ago.
Right.
Both a lot of questions have to be answered.
Well, I think the big question for the Jets, once again, who's going to play wide receiver? The big question for Tampa Bay, when will Trent become a man?
And we'll have the opening kickoff between the Buccaneers and the New York Jets on Channel 44 in just a moment. Here's preseason football on WTOG Channel 44. The New York Jets facing Sam White and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And the fans, when the Bucs came out of the locker room to begin this game, Beasley, with a big roar. There's a lot of excitement in this area about this football team.
They're excited. Sam White is excited, I think, for great reason. Over the years, because of the poor finishes, they have collected a load of talent. And now the big question is what type of effort they'll get when it comes from the quarterback position. There's a series record against these two teams, and the Bucs have a lead in preseason. You see the Jets lead 5-1 in regular season, but really what this is all about is making the team, making plays in preseason.
Dexter Carter, brought over from the 49ers, is part of a double safety to receive the kickoff of Michael Houston. The Jets won the toss. They've elected to receive. And yes, Tampa, are you ready for some football? Here we go. Sideways kick to Carter, and through his arms and out of the end zone for the touchback.
That's a good way to start the season, especially with last year's rule where they move it back. That's quite an effort to kick it that far.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for Boomer Esiason of the New York Jets on the New York 20-yard line. And right away, the questions will start to be answered for Esiason. Who is he going to throw to when he throws? How's the two tight end set going to work and things like that?
I think they're going to take a little pressure off of Boomer. You're going to see the tight ends moving in motion. It's going to be a smash mouth, power running type of offense, and we'll find out starting now whether or not it will work.
Esiason in his 12th year out of Maryland, his third with the New York Jets, and his third coach in 3 years at the helm of the Jets. Baxter is one setback, but the give will not be to him. The give will be to Richie Anderson. Anderson over to the 20. Mark Wheeler brought him down about the 25-yard line.
Richie Anderson, 6'2", 225 out of Penn State.
And the rest of the backfield, Baxter, the tight end, Johnny Mitchell, wide receiver, Stevie Anderson, Ryan Yarborough. Offensive line, Willig, Duffy, Bach, Malamala. and Brown. A lot of question marks there. 4/5 of that offensive line is new in front of Boomer Esiason. And, of course, don't forget the Jets' #1 draft pick overall, Kyle Brady. He and Johnny Mitchell will be in there together quite a lot tonight. Esiason to throw. Has his man for a first down. Johnny Mitchell, the tight end, brought it in over the 35. Barney Bussey, the tackle. And there's a look at the Tampa Bay front four. Chidi Ahanatu, Mark Wheeler, Warren Sapp, the rookie out of Miami, and Eric Curry out of Alabama. The linebackers for Tampa Bay, Lonnie March, Demetrius DeBose, and Derrick Brooks, the rookie from Florida State. And the defensive backfield, Martin Mayhew, Charles Dimry, Barney Bussey, and John Booty.
That's exactly what they're looking for, a strong running game and controlled passes.
10-yard gain, first down for the Jets. Here's one to Baxter, wide open in the flat. Knocked out of bounds by number 93, Demetrius DeBose.
Now, this is a variation of the West Coast offense. What you're looking at is short, controlled passing. That's a strong hit there on the sideline. You're looking at short passes by Boomer. Yeah, there's been a lot of question. Has Boomer lost the arm strength? Can he go deep? Now, I spent some time at their camp last week. He will air it out, but he says it's more a function of making the defense respect the fact that he will try to go deep. Most of the day, you'll see controlled passing.
Brad Baxter brought that one in for 9 yards. 2nd down and 1, so almost a free down here for Boomer Esiason up at the 44. And the give is to Anderson. He is stacked up at the line of scrimmage. I don't believe he picked up any yardage. We'll have to wait and see where they put it. Lonnie March, the first to meet him.
Lonnie March is a very, very active linebacker. He's one of those tough guys, 236 pounds, 6 years out of Tulane.
There's Brad Baxter.
You know what? I tell you what March did. He closed the deal. He stepped in the hole. That was beautiful.
He terminated the play. 3rd down, about a half yard, as Warren Sapp catches his breath and gets set to go. For the first down, but just barely, is Richie Anderson out of Penn State. Bringing him down there was Kerry Mock. So Richie Anderson, who had 43 carries and a good average around 5 yards a carry a year ago, carried the ball a couple of times already tonight.
You know, they were really happy and really surprised with Richie Anderson. That's good reading and good balance, because that play was really closed down. It was Mark Wheeler and a couple of other defensive players right at the point of attack very quickly. Good balance there.
1st and 10 for the Jets up at the 46-yard line. First series of the first preseason game on Channel 44. Good block by Anderson to give Esiason the time, and Boomer Esiason makes no mistake as he hits Johnny Mitchell for the 2nd time, and that's a first down as Bussey makes the tackle, or close to it.
Now, at some point, the defense is going to realize that Boomer is going to work the tight ends. He's got a lot of youth at the wide receiver position, so he's going at a target, the big tight end that he's been hitting, Johnny Mitchell. Good job.
11-yard gain on the play to Mitchell, and they hope that with Kyle Brady to complement Mitchell, they hope that this could be Mitchell's breakout year. Beasley had 58 catches a year ago.
I think it'll happen for him. Kyle Brady is like a tackle playing tight end. He's a great blocker.
Running backs in the eye, and Richie Anderson. Warren Sapp wraps him up and brings him down. Well, Sapp making his first unassisted tackle.
Oh, I love this guy. The number is as big as his body. Here he is, number 99. He reads it, immediately steps in the hole, and look at the effort. Look at the speed down the line. Excellent job. That's chasing the play down. That's a 300-pound man almost running that fast.
And his career as a Miami Hurricane, the numbers tell the story. He was 6th in the Heisman Trophy balloting as a defensive lineman a year ago. Esiason 3 out of 3 for 30 yards, and he faces a 2nd and 10 now. Esiason will play sparingly tonight, we understand, from Rich Kotite and his staff. Going to the sideline, intercepted. It is intercepted. Martin Mayhew with a pickoff, first down, Tampa Bay. Trent Dilfer and the Buccaneers Buccaneers will take over 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line. We'll be back in a moment.
Channel 44 is running this incredible once-in-a-lifetime contest.
We interrupt this contest for something important. Friday at 7:30, it's the Bucs versus the Bengals, live on Channel 44. Congratulations, you're the new owner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Really?
No, not really.
The Bucs start here. This throw, the longest geometrically, is to the sideline. And maybe that one floats just a little bit, but I'll say just a great play by Martin Mayhew.
The 8-year veteran out of Florida State, who in a 3-year period earlier in his career had 13 INTs. That was between 90 and 92. This is 95, and he's given the Bucs a 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line. Trent Dilfer on the handoff early, and this play will go nowhere to Eric Rett. He's brought down for a loss of a couple. Marvin Jones, who knows something about wrapping people up.
Well, that one was destroyed by the defense of the Jets immediately. They caught this one at the point of attack. There was nowhere to go.
Trent Dilfer, of course, in his 2nd pro season out of Fresno State. Will go down the rest of the Bucs offensive unit as time permits. Loss of a couple, 2nd and 12. Jets appear to be offside. Give is to the running back, number 32, Rett, who's there for a couple back to the original line of scrimmage. The backfield will be Rett, McDowell, Jackie Harris, who's healthy to get a tight end. Wide receivers, Lawrence Dawsey and Alvin Harper coming over from the Cowboys. The offensive line has a bit of experience now. Paul Gruber, the most recognizable name, along with McCray, Mayberry, Sean Love in tonight, and Scott Dill.
You know what? I'd like to see them let Trent just jack one up to Alvin Harper. Loosen everything up, get his confidence going.
Gain of 3 on the run by Rett, 3rd and 9. There was no penalty against the Jets that last play. Dilfer plenty of time and through the hands of Lawrence Dawsey, who had a defender on his back. The defender was Marcus Turner.
I believe in Trent Dilfer. You know, this guy spent the entire offseason up here. He really dedicated himself. I think he's going to be able to hit it.
And back to punt with Dexter Carter standing in single safety for the Jets. Reggie Roby. Carter's also back there with Aaron Glenn. So Glenn and Carter to receive the punt of Reggie Roby. So Dilfer's first series, 3 and out. Not as high as some of Roby's kicks, more of a line drive affair. Carter has it at the 10, sidesteps a few tacklers and does a good job to get it up to the 20-yard line. That's where the Jets will take over. There's still no score here in Tampa. 8:32 left to go in the first. Back in a moment. Here's now a head coach trying to turn things around here in New York.
Well, I think he's smart to just dismantle this team, which is exactly what he did in the offseason. Do it now, start from scratch. A new coach gets 2 or 3 years to put some stuff together. He's going to have a tough year this year.
And, of course, one of the reasons it could be a tough year, that man, number 7, Esiason, does not have a wealth of experience.
No,
there's no Art Monk out there, Beasley.
No, he lost Rob Moore, Art Monk. Those 2 guys with 15 catches among them. That's one of the reasons it's going to be tough going.
1st and 10 for the Jets, as was the case on their first series at the 20-yard line. And the delayed handoff to Richie Anderson. He's brought down first of all by Mark Wheeler, the 4th-year man out of Texas A&M.
I like this defensive line. I like Wheeler, Sapp. These people are very active. Lonnie Martz is on top of everything. This has the potential to be a really good defense.
And remember, we're not seeing Hardy Nickerson, who's still nursing an injury. He'll come back, I guess, in about 2 weeks from now.
Yeah, they're going to keep him out. Well, he wants to play next week, but they're going to try to keep him out next week also.
And he's developed into one of the fine linebackers in all the NFL. Single setback for Esiason on 2nd and 10. Boomer gets rid of it, and it's caught by Mitchell at the 26-yard line. Brought down by John Booty.
That was a veteran quarterback move there. It was a blitz. It broke free. Watch the right side of the line. You see players coming in free. It's a jailbreak. But Boomer, so many years in the league, very coolly gets it out to the tight end, and that's the 3rd time he's hit the tight end. I tell you what, I like this guy. You look at that. You have to hold that. You have to hold 290.
Well, the offensive lineman would tell you there's a lot to hold. You can't help but hold that. 6-yard gain on the pass by Esiason, who percentage-wise is having a good night. The Buck defense shut the Jets down once with the interception. Let's see what happens here. Again, the throw. It is complete to the 37-yard line. A rookie, Kyle Brady. Barney Bussey brings him down, but the Penn Stater has a first down.
Well, they almost double-teamed Brady. Now, if you take a look at this replay, you'll see that Martz goes immediately to the tight ends to get a shot on him, tries to knock him off balance. You see other defensive backs coming into the play. There's Bussey there. But Boomer's still able to put it right on the money now. This guy's really a blocker, but he's got good hands also.
And Beasley, you were known as a hard hitter in your days. How would you like to hit up against the guy who's 6'6", 260?
No, I would not.
Thank you very much for your honesty.
You.
10-yard gain, 1st and 10 up at the 36. Esiason going long. He'll overthrow the receiver. He might have thrown that away. Stevie Anderson well covered.
That's one of those tendency breakers. I mean, all of a sudden, you got 4 pitches toward the tight end position. At some point, the Tampa Bay, Rusty Tillman, the defensive coordinator, is going to say, let's start doubling these guys. So you throw one out there to the wide receiver just to break that tendency just a little bit.
Dimry was on the coverage, the 8-year man out of UNLV, number 39 for the Bucs.
Stevie Anderson's a good-looking athlete out of Grambling, real tall, but look at the position. You get in that type of position, there's nothing they can do. Good job by Dimry. He's a good veteran.
Unsigned free agent, played last year with the Denver Broncos, brought in to bolster the Tampa Bay secondary, and now it's 2nd and 10. Brad Baxter, Sapp just missed him. I mean, just missed him, but held him up long enough to have him brought down after a 5-yard gain by Demetrius DeVos.
Now, that's the type of play where they don't expect Sapp from his position to be able to make the play. So he's almost unblocked, but with his quickness, he almost made it. You see there, they almost let him free because that position is not supposed to be able to get there fast enough. Sapp almost did it. This guy's got a very bright future.
Warren Sapp, you all know the stories that circulated about him come draft day. I think he has a lot to prove both on and off the field, and he's a quality football player, and a lot of people tell me a quality person. I think he'll do just fine.
He'll just have to pass the test of time. He'll have to go a couple of years clean and working hard.
3rd and 5. Esiason has an open receiver, finds him. That's Mitchell, who's been very effective early tonight. He picks up the first down. Dimry knocked him out.
Now that's 4 or 5 passes to the tight end position. At some point, Rusty Tillman is going to double team the tight end and take that away from him.
And then you're going to see Esiason, if he's recognizing the coverage, have a wideout with one-on-one coverage. That could get interesting. Mitchell, by the way, is having a heck of a night. He's already caught 4 balls in his 4th year out of Nebraska. Had 58 catches last year for 1,700 yards. Esiason looking towards Mitchell's side again at the 40-yard line. Overthrew him that time. Dimry on the coverage. Correction, Stevie Anderson, the intended receiver.
Tell you what, that was really good coverage by Charles Dimry there. He was all over Stevie Anderson. Stevie Anderson, a big target. This guy's 6'5", 215. And Boomer's just sliding. Boomer really looks good. That's good coverage by Dimry. That's the only place that Boomer could throw it where Dimry couldn't get to it, and he had to throw it a little too far outside.
2nd and 10, Jets on their 47 with 5:08 to go in the first. No score here from Tampa Stadium. Esiason, a long count. Slides to the left, down to the backfield, dumps it off into Tampa Bay territory, and down to the 37-yard line was Lonnie Martz as Richie Anderson lugged the football for several yards and a first down.
Excellent decisions. Richie Anderson runs this. He gets every bit of, look at the patience. Drops out of the back. Now watch this. Read the block, move inside. Read the blocks, move back inside, looking for the back door. He got every inch that you could get out of that play. That was a good job.
Anderson picked up 15 yards, so it's 1st and 10 Jets at the Tampa Bay 38. Again, Baxter and Anderson, the setbacks. On the play fake over the middle, Anderson, pickup of around 2 or 3, or Terry Mock brought him down.
Well, Boomer Esiason looks sharp as a tack. He looks good. His balance is good. He's moving. throwing the ball well. Boomer looks great.
Here's a look at Derrick Brooks. Not as heralded in some circles as Warren Sapp, but a lot expected from him. First-round pick out of Florida State. Came over for the Dallas Cowboys in a trade. Anderson on the draw play. And bringing him down was Brad Culpepper. Short yardage gain. Let me explain about Brooks. Gave 2 number 2 draft picks to Dallas to obtain the services of Brooks to the Buccaneers.
And he's standing right here in the hole. See, the running back is dancing, putting the moves on Brooks.
So Derrick Brooks and the defense have the Jets at a 3rd and 5 at the 33. Esiason on the night, 8 out of 11, 70 yards, but that 1 interception stopped the first drive. Pocket closing, Esiason off the hands of the intended receiver, Ryan Yarbrough over the middle. Santana Dotson was putting the pressure on.
Santana Dotson does a real good job here. Watch him get one arm around the leg. Now Boomer lets it go, and guess what? His wide receiver Ryan Yarbrough gave up on the play. Watch the receiver at the end. Now all of a sudden the receiver jabs his arm out there at the end. He had slowed down. From the ground, Boomer was moving his arm like, go on across the middle. Good job by Santana.
And John Booty, a good job on the coverage, and that brings up Nick Lowry. Getting rather long in the tooth, but as you see by the stats, still a pretty good place kicker. This will be a 50-yard attempt. Kick is long enough, and the kick is good. Nick Lowry, still some strength in that old leg. Puts it through from 50. The Jets lead at 3-zip. Back with more in a moment.
Camry, the best car built in America. Award-winning precision craftsmanship made it the...
And Verdun will take the kickoff at the 1-yard line from Silvestri of the Jets, and he will be buried from behind at the 10 on an excellent play by Victor Green.
Well, that wasn't too good there. You don't run kickoffs side to side. You got to pick your little spot and turn up in there hard.
So Trent Dilfer will have his second try with the football, and we come back to Tampa Stadium in a moment. Big walk-up sale tonight, no thunderstorms, perfect.
It's beautiful. A lot of people here excited about football. They got this new day in Tampa Bay theme working with this new team, and there's the man that's got to make everybody smile right there, Trent
Dilfer, and there's a look at the Jet defense he'll be facing. Now, this defense has been revamped with the exception of the linebacker unit. Here are the linemen: Washington, Brock, Howard, and Evans. Howard coming over from the Giants. Marvin Washington, the veteran. The linebackers are great. Houston, Marvin Jones, and Mo Lewis as good as it gets. Glenn, Turner, Scott, and Gary Jones. Are they good enough into the backfield? We don't know. Dilfer almost slipped. Now regains his balance and dumps it off for a gain of 1. Dilfer is lucky he didn't slip for about a 7-yard loss. Or they're going to call it incomplete, I guess. Yep. Incomplete.
Yeah. Well, this could have been real bad. Here's a great look. You see, he steps on a lineman's foot and almost loses it there. And right here, just kind of patting the ball, looking a little out of control, a little nervous, but, you know, he's young. He's got to grow.
2nd down and 10 from the 10. And let's be candid, he doesn't have the best field position in the world here either. Mo Lewis coming right after him, and flags all over the place. As Eric Brett is giving the handoff, but hold everything. Marvin Washington. The Bucs are saying that Marvin took some liberties with his positioning. Gordon McCarter.
I think it was the right side of that Tampa Bay offensive line.
Let's listen.
Neutral zone infraction. The defense caused the offensive movement. 5 yards, still 2nd down.
Okay. Here we go. Top of your screen, the reaction from the defense pulling the offense offside. Now, 2 years ago, that would have been a penalty on the offense. Last year with the new changes, another one of those things to help the offensive guys out. It's on the defense.
So the penalty makes it a 2nd and 5 at the 15 for Dilfer and the Bucs. Trailing 3-0 late in the first quarter. Give it to Rhett. He'll try and turn the outside and comes close to the first down. It was knocked out of bounds by Todd Scott, but Rhett showing a blazing speed.
Now watch the offensive line. It's full blocking from the top. The tackles come around. Now this is great running, right? Look at the lead block, the dip in, the bounce side. That's great running. Look at the stiff, get off me.
Get away from me.
Great toughness, great running. The reason he had over 1,000 yards last year.
And Charles McCray was the freight train in front. The fifth-year man out of Tennessee, number 70. Third down and 1. Give it to Rhett. Why not? First down, Tampa Bay, as he dives to the 24-yard line before being brought down by Marvin Jones. And an injured Buck. And Alvin Harper. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my goodness. Rhett plowed into the back of his legs at the end of that play.
And you can hear the wind coming. A lot of fans here in this stadium already. Well, we're not going to speculate. Let's just hope for the best here.
The way he's holding it, and you'll see it clearly here. Alvin's trying to give him a block. He has no clue that he's coming into the... Oh, my goodness. The fans here just saw it on the Big Tron replay, and it was a 40,000 sigh of, oh, my goodness.
Well, again, you just hope for the best because you don't know how severe it is, nor exactly what part of the body is affected. Right. But I think we'll be able to tell something as far as how severe an injury it is if he needs help getting up and walking off the field. The trainer's staff out there checking. And I believe they've called for the cart to come out and help Alvin Harper off the field. And what else can go wrong?
Right at the end of the play, you see a diving, falling Derrick Rhett trying to gain that first down, a little extra yardage, falling into the back of the legs of Alvin Harper. Now, he doesn't appear to be in pain. You look at his face, it's like they're discussing.
I don't think they're going to take any chances one way or the other here. They're going to wheel him in. There comes Hardy Nickerson, who's not playing because of a relatively minor injury at this stage. He'll be back in a couple of weeks. They have x-ray facilities here. They'll take him in, get him looked at. Of course, the Harper story in his 5th year in the league out of Tennessee, coming over as a free agent for the Dallas Cowboys. A 4-year deal here in Tampa Bay, and one of the real reasons for optimism here among the Bucs new ownership, the Glazer family, and the fans here in Tampa Bay. And you just hope and pray that it's something that won't be serious.
Well, you know, player to player, you just don't want to see anybody get hurt. But when it comes to the franchise of the Buccaneers, with the opportunity to get a long ball home run threat guy like this, you just hope that it's a sprained hamstring or something like that, where you can see him grimace, wince, a little bit in pain, taking a deep breath.
You folks out there who see the huge salaries that pro football stars make wonder why they get the big money. You don't think they pay the price?
Well,
they pay the price.
You never know when you're not going to walk off.
Yep.
Period. Never know. They picked me up 3 or 4 times and took me out.
So that's something that football fans all over, but especially those here in Tampa Bay, did not want to see. And that man among them, chief among them, Sam Weiss. Harper is wheeled off, and we'll try to get an update for you. That's tough to see this anytime, especially this early in the season. All right, Lawrence Dawsey goes to the right. Split out to the left, Charles Wilson, 5th-year man out of Memphis. 1st and 10 for Tampa Bay as Dilfer and company trying to go on from here. Brent stacked up for a loss back to the 20-yard line. First man to meet him, Matt Brock. 94.
Trent changed the play that time at the line of scrimmage, recognizing that the blitz was coming. Probably was a scripted change that simply didn't work out well, but at least he did recognize that the blitz was coming. Didn't like the play that he was in, and audible to a play that didn't work.
2nd and 13, loss of 3 on that carry. Dilfer's got time over the middle for a short gain. It still leaves, well, more than 10 yards to go for a first. Marvin Jones helped make the tackle on the pass to Vince Workman.
Very simple play there. Trent Dilfer has a progression of pass pattern reads that he must go through. The number one spot to stop was at Workman that time, and he hit it.
Third down at just about 10 yards to go. The Bucs got to get to the 39-yard line, or just over it. 30 seconds to go in the quarter. Dilfer looking long, and picks out a man. He's got it and drops it. Courtney Hawkins had to catch. That's a fumble. Aaron Glenn has it, and I believe the New York Jets are going to end up with a football. Oh, Hawkins had it and let it go.
Now that is unfortunate, because Trent Dilfer, this could have been a breakout confidence play for him. Look how he moves up into the pocket. Very confident delivery right between defenders, and actually is stripped very well. Sometimes you have to say good play by the defense, and that was a good strip that time. I believe who stripped that? Was that Aaron Glenn?
The Glenn picked it up. He
okay,
was the
Glenn
beneficiary.
picked it off.
Yeah. Not sure who.
It was Victor Green, number 21, that stripped it. Now that was a good job by the defense.
Bubby Brister is in at quarterback now for the New York Jets. He'll wear number 6. He backed up Randall Cunningham for a couple of years in Philadelphia for Rich Kotite. And a running play is broken up by Warren Sapp. Give to Anderson, gain of about 2.
I was in the Jets camp last week just looking at the guys practice a little bit out on Long Island in New York, and Bobby looks good. Looks like he lost a little weight, riding around on a moped between lunch and
But he'll lose weight tonight. In the heat and humidity, he'll lose a few pounds. That's the end of the first quarter. The 50-yard field goal by Lowry has the New York Jets on top 3-0. Now for the Lincoln Mercury first quarter summary. Esiason had 2 series with the Jets, culminating in a 50-yard field goal, made it 3-zip. But the big news, of course, is the injury to the Tampa Bay Bucs, Alvin Harper, just a few moments ago.
Oh, I tell you, it just took my breath away to see the guy get hurt. Here he is, trying to help out Eric Rhett. Blocking, Rhett falls into the back of his knees, and he was taken off of the field a few minutes ago.
Second down and 8 for Bubby Brister in his first series, running the New York Jet attack, and he'll just throw it out of bounds. Had nobody opened at Brister, and he had some folks in the orange and white in the neighborhood, and he wanted to save himself.
Well, you know, coaches tell you if it's not there, throw it away. And Bobby took the coach at his word that time and actually threw that one up into the stands.
There you see Brister coming over as a free agent from the Eagles. 7 years with the Steelers, 2 for Philadelphia in his 10th year. And very cocky and confident quarterback.
Oh, yes. He's having a good camp, they say. Veteran, you can stick him in there anytime. Well prepared.
Jets with a big edge in total yards because they have a big edge in time of possession. Brister avoids the rush, tries to hit Mitchell. They're really unleashing some pressure on Brister. Barney Bussey on the coverage. And the Jets will be forced to punt.
Look at the push that Warren Sapp gets here. And then slinging a man out of the way. That's good effort. Tell you, I love a man that gives consistent effort. Can't beat that.
Ryan Walker back to punt for the New York Jets. Clarence Verdun standing at the Tampa Bay 10-yard line. Verdun and Tyree Davis in double safety, and they'll stand and watch it sail into the end zone. Touched by a Jet there, and we will have a touchback. 13 seconds into the second quarter. Wagner's punt rolls into the end zone, 39-yarder, but it comes back to the 20 when we return to Tampa in a moment.
The least rate look.
Warren Sapp left, Eric Curry on your right. Some real good young defensive players. Also, Mr. Wheeler. I don't want to leave Mark Wheeler out. He's a young guy also in his 4th year, but there's the offensive future right there. Trent Dilfer.
And Dilfer's completion of 19 yards before the fumble, his longest completion of the night, before it was fumbled away by Hawkins. Jets setting some pressure. Dilfer dumps it out. Rhett's got some room. Eric Rhett to the 33.5-yard line before he's bumped out. And if you blitz the Tampa Bay Bucs, you better have somebody on that man.
Well, I love Eric Rhett. What a great now watch Eric here. Watch this. That's a tough catch. Now you want to tell me that's not a tough catch? Below the knee, but look at the patience here, how he slows down to let the blocker settle in front of him. That's a good young running back.
Second-year man out of the University of Florida. Picks up the first down on a 13-yard gain to the 33. Anthony McDowell in motion and Rhett the handoff again. 35 up to the 37-yard line before Kurt Barber brings him down.
Well, Rhett wouldn't play much longer if he was my running back. Here's a good look at him right here. It's a little tough interior running. Great stop and cut. See how he gets around those linebackers? Good interior running. He'd run the ball 2-3 more times and he'd take his shoulder pads off.
I think you and Sam Weiss are on the same page, Beasley. Let's see. I think he wants to get one more series in. You're right. Dilfer is doing something with his cadence that's fooling the Jets at the line of scrimmage. And he did something that time, completed the pass to Ty J. Armstrong. Gary Jones, the tackle, short of the first down.
This is a real good job here by Mr. Dilfer, throwing the ball on rhythm. Hitting the tight end before anybody has time to get around him. That's what they're looking for him to make the quick decision and get rid of the ball.
Offside, number 95 defense, 5 yards, repeat second down.
Well, they'll take the penalty, so they get the down over. Alfred Oglesby out of Houston in his 5th year, guilty of offside. I think number 95, when you get 290 pounds in motion, it's tough.
You shouldn't even ask him to stop.
I would if I was Dilfer. I'd say, please stop. Second down and 2. Eric Rett. Close to a first down. Depends on where they mark it. Marcus Turner out of UCLA made the tackle.
Well, I've always loved that play. You get a lineman. Watch the lineman from the backside. That's 79, Sean Love, pole blocking all the way from the backside. The defensive player never sees him coming. And Rhett does a good job of making the most of it.
Sean Love in there tonight for Ian Beckles. Has a bit of an ankle injury, right guard, but it's nothing serious. And they do give him the first down. So Eric Rett picks up the first. We were told, Beasley, before the game that Dilfer might concentrate on the ground game as a way to help slow down his emotions, get his heart rate under control.
You know, I feel like he's settled now. He's starting to look good, make quick decisions. He just needs to remember what it was like when he was in college at Fresno State, you know, just kind of cracking them out. Remember that feeling. Let it go.
From the 44, he's going to let it go down the right sideline. And Aaron Glenn says, thank you very much. He'll pick it off. Ball was underthrown, and Aaron Glenn, with his second turnover of the night for the Jets, up to the 20-yard line. Ellison brought him down.
The ball was severely underthrown. Severely underthrown. Maybe his hands are wet.
Well, they're going to talk about it on the sideline, and we'll talk more about it when we return. It is still 3-0 New York.
My name is mistakes in the National Football League. Now he lets this baby go. It's a little short. He's watching it. He relaxes and boom. No, wait, that's not funny.
To you it is. You used to deliver some blows like that.
No, that's not funny. I didn't mean that. I take it back.
Once a defensive player, always a defensive player. All right, the Jets take over. 1st and 10 at the 20. Lovely Brister's still in there at quarterback. Esiason had 2 series. This is Brister's second. And a give is to Richie Anderson. A flag on the play as Anderson's belted out at the 25 by Demetrius DeBose.
This is another fun play in the National Football League. The quarterback stretches to a new position with the running, reaching handoff. Got a little hold against the offense here. Now watch the quarterback sprinting, changing the position of the hole, allowing the running back to take the play, running full speed, and often it works very well when it comes to getting the running back outside.
84, offense, 10 yards.
Well, Fred Baxter, tight end on that series for the Jets, guilty of holding. Mr. Baxter did not do his case of making this team any good with an infraction like that. Baxter, a fourth-year man out of Auburn. Backs up the Jets to the 10-yard line, 1st and 20, and the Tampa Bay defense digging in now.
Well, one or two things can happen. There, you see the penalties. The Jets with 3. It's defensive back time, or they just run it to get close, a little bit closer.
They're going to run it, and Anderson maybe a yard, and a flag after the tackle. There was some celebrating going on there. Alan Young made the hit. I hope one of the Bucs didn't get called for taunting or anything like that.
Oh, no. No, we don't need that type of call. A guy's got to be able to enjoy a good smack and a great play.
Ed Fiflick, number 57, tells McCarter it is a personal foul, face mask, against the Jets. Well, now what do? I guess you back him up half the distance.
Yeah, I thought that looked like a Buccaneer with a face mask, so maybe it was...
He pointed toward the Jets.
Yeah, he did. Oh, he did. Maybe it's you pull mine, I pull yours.
Now, Esiason, or rather, not Esiason, one of the offensive linemen says you made a mistake. Uh-oh. I think you pointed to the wrong team.
The face mask is against the defense. Number 94. 15 yards from the dead ball spot. First down.
That's Todrick McIntosh, second-year man out of Florida State, and he gives a gift to the New York Jets.
That's a major gift, too, so there it is. Oh. I mean, it's a great call, and it's a call you want to see vigorously made by the referees and the officials, because a person can really get hurt with that one.
And I'm sure Mr. McIntosh will be told that, look, son, that was an unnecessary thing to do.
No, just gave him a first down. Yeah, it was a gift.
Ball's out at the 25, so Bubby Brister's some room to maneuver now. Pressure gets on him. Brister not the greatest runner, and down he goes at the 23. Santana Dotson was in the area when Brister went down.
The defensive line has done let me tell you something. That move by Santana there was beautiful. Nice little over the hand kind of a swim move. I really like this defensive line. Also, Todd McIntosh, the one that made the mistake, also made a nice move in there. I tell you, I like Santana. I like these guys.
Dotson, fourth year out of Baylor. Loss of a yard. 2nd and 11. And jumping, there's no doubt about who jumped, but why. Brad Culpepper was in the Jet backfield, but why was he there?
Well, he's hitting himself in the head. I think that's all him. Yeah, he's kind of punching himself in the head, saying, "What are you thinking?"
Well, the Bucs had no penalties until a couple of plays on this series.
Defensive nose guard, 5 yards, still second down.
Second down, but 5 yards closer.
And you know that's what makes the coaches crazy. Now, Bucs are trying to catch up in the penalty department, but the nose tackle is right over the ball. Coaches don't understand that. Their nose is over the ball.
Second down at 6.
Whew, I heard that up here.
As you're popping, Brad Baxter doesn't have that many carries in the game. Derrick Brooks brought him down for virtually no gain.
Now watch your offensive line again. It's another full blocking. Look at Mamala coming across. And that's a great read by 94 Todd McIntosh to come in there and stuff that stuff, and leaving Brooks to come up and make the tackle.
So the ball resides on the 29-yard line. It'll be third down at about 6.5 after the tackle by Brooks.
I love that guy in college, and I think we're going to like him in the pros. Looking good.
Third down at 6 for the Jets. Brister. Penalty flag, and Bubby Brister goes down with the first down, but hold everything. Tony Starcher was there to make sure Brister took a seat, but the flag is back in the Jet backfield.
Well, Bubby looked pretty good that time.
Yeah, Bubby showing a burst of speed, but it'll be brought back.
Little explosion by Bubby. Now, you know what? I think he's bailing out a little quick here. Now, Santana with a great move. Look at him tackling Santana.
10 yards, repeat third down.
He had to tackle a guy.
Newly signed veteran Carlton Hasselrig was guilty of holding Santana Dotson. And you know what Bubby's going to do? So look, guys, I don't have that many great runs in my careure. What are you doing to me? You're killing me here.
Yeah, but how obvious is this?
Well, if you're going to hold Beasley...
No. This guy needs to go to holding school. What kind of hold is that?
Well, I'll ask him at the end of the...
How are you going to get away with that?
You're not. He didn't. It's 3rd and 16. So a penalty-marred series here on both sides. Brister over the middle to Johnny Mitchell. And Mitchell, another big catch, just short of the first down, as Eddie Mason wraps him up.
Well, that Mitchell is having quite a day.
Johnny Mitchell, they hope for him to become the franchise tight end for a couple of years in New York. They got him some help with Brady, but they'll have to punt. Mitchell was taken out just short of the first down. 19-yard catch.
Now look at Vernon. He's wearing no pads.
Well, he's certifiable.
Oh, let me tell you something. He's got all the speed, all the moves. Let's see if he can do something here.
Clarence Verdun, he's got a lot of speed. Give him a hole and watch him go. Takes it up over the 30-yard line. Kyle Clifton, who's still there with the New York Jets after all these years, brings him down, but a good run back to the 30. And we'll see if Dilfer and the Bucs can get her going on offense in a moment. Everyone up in Tampa Bay, it's Curtis Buckley.
Number 28 going for the ball right here. Look at him drive, actually gets underneath. But you notice he doesn't stop. He sprints, and here he comes at the other end of the play, airborne, 360 into his back, and gets up talking trash.
I'm bad. Yeah, you are.
That's right. I'm bad.
50-yard punt, 9-yard return by Verdun. 1st and 10 Bucs at the 32. Brett Dilfer going to go the whole first half of this first game and maybe more. Under pressure, lets it go, complete across the middle to Lawrence Dawsey. Mo Lewis, first time we've called his name tonight on a tackle.
Well, he made a whole bunch of them last year. He made 155 of them, so he's quite the active player. That was a good job by old Trent also. Trent dropped back, recognized, got rid of it. Mo was there.
Mo Lewis, one of the very best in all the National Football League. The Jets have one area of their team they have no worries. That's linebacker. They stay healthy. Gain of 6, or the gain of 4. 2nd down and 6. Here's Eric Brett. Nope, that's Ellison. Jerry Ellison excites this crowd down to the 30-yard line where Hugh Douglas knocked him down. The same pattern that Rhett ran earlier.
It is a blitz. Trent sees it immediately, hits the correct receiver. Ellison holds on to it some kind of way, and look at the great run at the end. That's just a good job.
Ellison out of Tennessee, Chattanooga, not too big a man, 5'10", 176. Showed some speed.
Very impressive in the Miami scrimmage last Saturday. They told us to watch that kid.
29 yards. Ellison again. Good yardage inside the 30. It depends where they mark it. Marcus Turner brought him down.
He's feeling it. Look at it. Got a little smile on his face. Nice cut to the inside. Good balance for a 5-yard gain. And watch this. Watch this cut. This is all the runner. Good job.
Ellison picks up 5. Dilfer on the night, 5 out of 8 in the air, 71 yards, 29 of them on that recent completion to Ellison. Sideline, is it caught or not? Yes, it was caught by number 88, Horace Copeland. Aaron Glenn on the tackle.
Trent threw it low and away. The only place he could throw it where the defender couldn't get it. Now take a look at this, my Tampa fans. Low and away from the defender.
That was either going to be caught by Horace Copeland or nobody. Ball is on at the 18-yard line, 1st and 10. Tampa Bay is threatening the Jets goal line for the first time tonight. Flags all over the place as Ellison breaks a couple of tackles. Ellison to the 13-yard line.
Ellison is auditioning for a job in the National Football League. This young man is serious. And look at this. And see, that's just hard-nosed balance. You have to tackle him. Some running backs, you know, you hit them, they'll fall down. This guy you have to tackle.
Offside, number 95, defense, 5 yards, repeat first down.
Well, the penalty was a bit longer than the run, just a bit, and so they'll take it and keep the down. Makes it 1st and 5 of the Jet 13. Oglesby victimized again, second time tonight.
Well, I think that young Ellison is impressing the coaches. And Trent's doing a lot better. He's getting kind of impressive.
Rudy Harris sent back with Ellison behind Dilfer. I.J. Armstrong in motion. Dilfer. And just overthrew Rudy Harris. If that ball was on the money, the Bucs have a 1st and goal.
Let me tell you something. How do you do that? Come on now. It's a great fake, fools everybody. You got to hit that, son.
And he knows it.
That's all I got to say. You got to hit that.
I mean, that's at least a 1st and goal, if not a touchdown.
Hey, listen, there's a couple $1 million in the bank behind your name with some numbers on it that say you hit that.
Ellison takes a seat. Vince Workman replaces him. Second. Hard to argue with that. 2nd down and 5. Inside the 10, out at the 8-yard line is Vince Workman. Close to a 1st down. Aaron Glenn, a busy man tonight, pushed him out. It is a 1st and goal. Beasley getting so excited up here.
I'm wasting soda on myself. That's good hard running. Good blocking. Good lead blocking. Good job.
And Aaron Glenn with a good face mask that wasn't seen by the official.
Rudy Harris, number 43, was a good lead block there for his teammate.
Workman the only setback now. Harris is in the slot, 1st and goal. Copeland split to the right, Lawrence Dorsey to the left. And a fumble of the snap by Dilfer, who reaches back, and let's see if he recovered it. I believe he did. And almost a disaster for Trent Dilfer.
Okay, that can happen.
Tony Mayberry, the center, he and Dilfer, something went wrong there.
Yeah, it's hard to tell what happened there.
Could be just perspiration.
Yeah, could be. Big thing is he got it, and you know, rookie quarterbacks can make some big mistakes in this part of the football field. So let's see how he does from here. You got to throw it away if it's not there. You got to be very careful with the football.
Dilfer going for 6 to Horace Copeland, and just through his hands. Aaron Glenn on the coverage, but that's a pattern we saw Copeland catch so many times for the Miami Hurricanes.
Well, he's a good jumper. Long, thin body. And I think that's more just a good job by the defensive back. Here's a real fine look at it. Perfect angle. Watch number 31 get his hand. Well, wait a minute. I think he should have caught that.
Well, he caught that many, many times, that same pattern at Miami.
I believe he should have caught that.
But this ain't Miami.
See, I thought the defensive back got his hands in between the hands of the receiver. Didn't happen.
Goal. Out of the backfield, but short, struggling down to the 8-yard line. Lawrence Dorsey. The Jets all over him there. Otis Smith the first to get him. And the fans wanted to go for it, but this is a 3-point game, and the Bucs, hey, listen, their place kicking needs some work too. Husted did not have his best day in a controlled scrimmage against Miami. And this will be a 25-yard attempt.
Numbers from last year.
Pretty good. Excellent inside the 40, and this is well inside his range. Hash mark to the left for Husted. Casey Weldon, your holder, and the kick is good. So with 3 minutes and 40 seconds left to go, 3:39 to be exact, ends the first half. The Jets have tied it up on a 25-yard field goal. We'll be back in a moment.
He suggests they love him here.
Husted lines up to kick it away to the New York Jets. Dexter Carter and Anthony Pryor standing near the goal line. Dexter Carter says, I want it. He gets it at the goal line. Carter chopped down at the 20-yard line. First to hit him, John Lynch, fighting for a safety job here in Tampa Bay.
Lynch is a hard hitter. He brings the wood. I love a safety that'll put it in there, and he's one of those guys that will.
Bobby Brister, as Lynch stays in the game. Brister for his third series for the Jets. 3:29 to go in the half in a 3-3 game. That news on Alvin Harper in a moment. Much as we can find out at the moment. Brister over the middle, juggled and dropped. And dropping the football was Tyrone Davis. Derrick Brooks might have been a reason why.
Derrick Brooks wrapped his body around him and did a great job on defense. They're almost at the same time as the football. Instincts. You know, he's a rookie, doesn't really know what he's doing yet. But watch this.
Hands of face, number 75 defense. 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Oh, big defensive penalty on the Bucs. Eric Curry hit to the face, a major penalty out to the 25-yard line. First down.
That's the second time the defense has let the Jets off the ropes by committing penalties that give automatic first down. Second time tonight.
Not major in terms of yardage, but you're right, an automatic first down. Brister looking right all the way and has his man at the 31-yard line. I believe that's Stevie Anderson on the reception. And Tony Stargell on the tackle. Correction, that was Orlando Parker, 89 on the reception.
You know, you wonder see, this is a timing pattern. The ball has to be in the air before the defensive back realizes that you're stopping. Common pattern against the double zone where the outside cornerback is man for man with his back to the quarterback. Doesn't see the ball coming.
Rich Kotite talking to his offensive coordinator. Remember Zeke Bratkowski? He the backup to Bart Starr in Green Bay, who's a player. Going back a while. Brister out of the backfield. Johnny Mitchell again. Mitchell close to a first down. Word on Alvin Harper. Left knee sprain of the medial collateral ligament. Don't know how bad exactly. Left ankle sprain. Don't know how bad exactly. As Johnny Mitchell gets up limping. Alvin Harper, we understand, Beasley, will have an MRI either Sunday or Monday. Anywhere from 3 to 5 weeks, maybe longer. Who knows?
Well, that's really good news, and we hope that it is certainly just 3 to 5 weeks, so he could come back maybe for the opener or one or 2 weeks after the season opens. That would be a tremendous blow to this organization, because the signing of Harper was a signal throughout the National Football League that the Bucs and the new ownership are willing to do what it takes to win. And when they make that investment and it turns out bad with an injury, it hurts. So we certainly hope for Alvin's sake and for the sake of the organization that he's okay.
Malcolm Glazier, a new owner of the Tampa Bay Bucs. We're happy. The happiest part about that is we can say that he should be back this year. When it first happened, I know you thought this and I thought it. Let's hope he's not out for the season.
Yeah.
Warren Sapp gets ready to go to work as the Jets obtained a first down on that last play for the 35. Nearing the 2-minute warning here in the second quarter. Gain of 1 or 2 for Freddie Lester, the fullback. Brad Culpepper wrapped him up. So that'll be a gain of 1 or 2. They give it 1. Second down to 9. 2 minutes left to go here in the first half of a tie football game. A good crowd here at Tampa Stadium. Back with more in a moment. That's right. It's time for the annual Meet the Bucs luncheon at the Hyatt Regency in Tampa, August 24th. Beasley Reese went to a couple of those luncheons.
I sure did.
Tickets on sale now. Reservations can be made by calling 870-1300, extension 221 at the Hyatt Regency on the 24th high noon.
You know what? That's a lot of fun, too. People should go check it out. I had a lot of fun. You meet all the fans, and they get to ask you questions. It's a fun time.
Gruber and Dilfer conferring on the Tampa Bay bench. Trent Dilfer and his highly paid bodyguard, Paul Gruber. Here's Bobby Brister for the Jets out of the 40-yard line. Orlando Parker short of the first down. Lonnie Martz on the coverage. Here's Chidi Ahanatu putting the pressure on Brister.
That's a good job by that defensive line. And Ahanatu needs to do something this year. Third-year pro out of California, making his presence known there, and I think this defensive line as a group is playing well.
Third about 4 for Brister and company. They won't make the first down that way. The give is to Ronald Moore. Ahanitu on the tackle. Ronald Moore played his college ball at Pittsburgh State with the best nickname in college, the Gorillas of Pittsburgh State. I'm not lying.
No, you're right. That's a great one.
And a 40-second timeout called by Tampa Bay, as Gordon McCarter informs the crowd. With 1:46 to go, because the Jets are facing a punt here on 4th and 5. Now, who would call this timeout? I'm wondering. I mean, well, we'll talk about that in a moment. Let's remind you that Friday night at 7:30, it's the Bucs and the Bengals. The only place you can watch it, the only place here on Channel 44 for exclusive live coverage from Cincinnati. Turn to the home of the Buccaneers. Watch the Bucs and the Bengals Friday night at 7:30, only on Channel 44. Special teams coaches wanted this timeout, Beasley?
No. You know, if he did want it, he's probably saying watch the fake, watch the trick, watch the run, all of those watch-thus. And coaches have a million watch-thus.
And the players go right, coach.
Yeah, right.
Flying on the punt by Wagner. Verdun gathers it in at the 16. He's a slippery character. He gets a block. And he's caught up with nicely at the 30-yard line. A good play by Otis Smith. Now let's see what the yellow piece of material is at about the 37. Line judge conferring with Gordon McCarter.
Holding number 45 on the kicking team. Offside, number 25 of the receiving team lined up in the neutral zone. The penalty's offset. Repeat, 4th down.
And Clarence Verdun will get a chance maybe to do this again.
You know what? This is where he's most dangerous, when he finds the back door. See the back door? There's the back door. And then he uses all of that speed to explode. Boy, he can be a dramatic, exciting impact in a football game.
But you're right about him. He's not a big guy.
No.
With skinny legs, have no thigh pads on him, nothing. Well, Verdun won't return this one. Bobby Joe Edmonds making a comeback to the National Football League, number 41, after 5 years away. Led the AFC in special teams returns once upon a time with the Seattle Seahawks. Edmonds, quite a story. Here he will settle under it at the 14. In at the 20.
My goodness.
Hangs on and takes a seat, but he hung on.
Oh.
Otis Smith did it again. Otis, my man.
You know what? The punt return, this is not something you volunteer for. Watch this at the pow, put-tat, pit-tat-tat. Watch some more. Tit-tat-tat. You don't volunteer for that. Somebody's got to tell that kid when to go down.
Somebody told me you would have made a great punt return.
Oh, yeah, right. I have the worst average in the history of the NFL. Look it up. 2.7.
On how many attempts, though? That's the key.
Almost 100.
That's right. Well, first and 10 for Dilfer and company at the 21. Man of great courage, my analyst. Over the center. Workman brings it at the 30-yard line. And another flag on the play. No,
he dropped it.
He dropped it. All right. Mo Lewis might have been the reason why.
You know what? This is a great opportunity for Trent when it comes to the learning process. Nice under 2. We got 1:11 to play. That's a nice read and a good throw, just dropped by his running back. But to practice the 2-minute drill, the education of Trent Dilfer right here.
8 out of 13 on the night for Dilfer. 86 yards, 1:11 to go in the half tie game. Over the middle. As a receiver up at the 27-yard line, Lawrence Dawsey. Mo Lewis brought him down.
Okay, usually they'll call a couple of plays in the huddle, so the offense already knows what to do. They'll have some hand signals for some of these plays.
Trips right. Dilfer looking that way. Under pressure, and he is dragged down. Gets rid of it. Gets rid of it just in time. New York Jets putting on a lot of pressure. And Kirk Barber was in the area to drag Dilfer down.
Well, this is a young man trying to make a quick read. It's not there. It's not there. And right now he knows he's in trouble. I like the way his concentration was downfield the entire time. He was still trying to make a play. Good sign.
Correction on that tackle. Alan Young made the tackle, and Shane Edge is in to punt for Tampa Bay. Now, of course, Reggie Roby is going nowhere, but this former Florida Gator, Shane Edge, they like him here in Tampa. And he may be kicking, albeit for another NFL team, if he does a good job in the preseason. This one is short, taken at the 40-yard line. Dexter Carter into Tampa Bay territory. And lots of time left. The ball at the 45 with 33 seconds to go in the half.
And they like Shane, but that was not a good kick.
No.
It was low and it was short, and when they are low and short, the return man has too much time to catch it, look upfield, decide what he's going to do, and then do it. That's the reason that was a good return.
Oh, but in jinx,
Yeah.
Mr. Edge, but that was a 33-yard punt.
Yeah, no, that's not good.
First and 10 for the Jets at the Tampa Bay 45. Brister attempting his 7th pass of the night. He's going for the home run, and this will be out of bounds. Orlando Parker, the intended receiver, and Brister trying to beg something from the ref. It won't work. Stargell on the coverage.
Stargell in perfect position. Bubby with a little pump fake, trying to get the defensive back to settle just a little bit. Stargell bought none of it. Great position, cutting off the path of the wide receiver.
And used up a few seconds. Time stops with 25 seconds to go. Warren Sapp reinserted in the lineup. 2nd down and 10. Brister to the left all the way and nearly intercepted. Warren Sapp was in the area, got that big paw out there. Paul Burke, tight end, was the intended receiver.
You know, you can see the difference, and you should see the difference between Bubby and Trent. You know, Bubby seems like he knows everything, sees everything. When he lets it go with confidence. You expect that. He's been in the league 10 years, and Trent's new, kind of feeling and patting the ball and looking around. But that's to be expected.
20 seconds to go in the half. 3rd down and 10. Brister, if it's caught, it'll be a first down, but it was not caught. The intended receiver that time, number 83, Tyrone Davis. Magruder on the coverage, and the Jets will have to punt. 14 seconds to go in the half.
You know, we got these return men for Tampa Bay as they set up to run a punt back here. Have a great opportunity. The Bucs have only had 1 punt returned in the history of their franchise. So you can pretty quickly get on that in the media guide for next year.
Climbing up the record.
Yeah, you can climb a record book here quickly when it comes to punt return.
Again, it's Bobby Joe Edmonds this time. Edmonds will sit there at the 10 and watch this thing go over his head. He was nowhere near it. He just lets it bounce. The Jets will cover it at the 8-yard line. The clock runs down to 2 seconds as Pat Terrell was the man to get there first and stop the clock. So one more play for Dilfer and company here in the first half. Overall, Beasley, Trent Dilfer, your impressions so far?
Well, I don't see, you know, I've probably done more Drew Bledsoe games than any other broadcaster in the league, doing Tampa Bay games as the analyst. And I saw early, immediate brilliance from Bledsoe. I'm not seeing that right now with Trent. Now, maybe, you know, when he gets his year of hard knocks, starting thrown to the fire like Bledsoe did, then maybe next year Trent will look really good. But this is game 1, preseason game, and so let's leave the judgment out. But still, I don't see that spark.
Handoff is to Bobby Joe Edmonds as a running back this time, and that'll do it for the first half. So a lot of running up down the field by both teams, but only 6 points in total. The Tampa Bay Bucs and the New York Jets tied at 3, and now it's time for the Toyota second quarter summary as the Jets and the Bucs go to the locker room for a well-deserved rest to get out of the heat and humidity. 50-yard field goal by the New York Jets, Nick Lowry. 25-yard field goal by Husted, the only scoring. The big news, we just talked about Dilfer. Of course, the big news was the injury early on to Alvin Harper.
Alvin Harper had everybody in his stadium take a deep breath as Eric Rhett ran into the back of his legs, and so the The word is he's got a sore knee, twisted ankle, MRI Sunday or Monday, and hopefully the x-rays tonight here at the stadium are negative.
Yeah,
so that looks good, and they're saying 3 to 5 weeks, and we hope that's right on the money.
Well, right on the money is if you're with us here on Channel 44 for Bucs football, because this is the only place you're going to see it in the preseason. And we will have first half highlights of a 3-3 tie between the Buccaneers and the Jets. If you keep it where it is, back to Tampa Stadium in just a moment.
When he's starting to, feel the contact, make sure he doesn't make some stupid little mistake. Good job.
Edmonds again, the lone setback. Ty.J. Armstrong goes in motion. Blocks for Edmonds. The hole closes up quickly after a gain of a couple. Chad Kaskanen made the tackle for New York.
Armstrong, number 86, coming across that time. That was a tight end trap. He comes across, he traps, watch him come across. He'll trap block. There he is on anybody, first color that he sees. Edmond goes behind his back, gains as much as he can. Not a bad little play.
Rookie out of Wisconsin, Chad Kaskanen made the tackle on Edmonds. Second down and 3. Fake to Edmonds. Dilfer rolls right. Gets it away, in and out of the hands, and intercepted by the New York Jets. And this is going to come down to the 20-yard line or so. Making the pick was Kaskanen. And that rookie made an impression on 2 plays in a row.
Well, poor Trent. I mean, he's having a rough night, but you really can't blame this one on him. It's a super fake. I mean, he's got real good hand movement. He trusted his lineman's going to get him some help here. Off balance, over the shoulder, yet and still the ball was there. The receiver could have caught it or knocked it down. It bounced off his teammate's arm and into the defender. Really, not Trent's fault at all.
Kaskanen came up with the interception and returned it all the way down to the 19-yard line. First and 10 there for the Jets. And in at quarterback is Glenn Foley, the second-year man out of Boston College. First down run picks up next to nothing for New York. Ronald Moore is brought down by Wheeler. There's Glenn Foley, who did not see much playing time at all as a rookie.
No, he did not. They like him. He's a guy that they like to see what he can do in action. I was up at the training camp last week. They talked some very positive things about Glenn Foley. They'd like to see him get some work in preseason.
Foley played in 1 game a year ago, 5 out of 8 for 45 yards. That was it for him as a New York Jet rookie. Of course, when Esiason's the starter, you're not going to get much playing time. Now Foley throws to Fred Baxter. Demetrius DeBose brings him down at about the 13.
Here's a look at Foley in the drop back. Look at the head. Knows exactly where the ball has to go based on what the defense presents. Makes a quick decision, gets it off. That's what every coach in the league is looking for. Joe Montana taught him that that's the way football should be played. Quick decisions, get it out of your hands.
Pretty good teacher.
Yeah.
Not bad. I think he's got his doctorate by now. And then some. 3rd and 4. Swing pass out of the backfield. Met at the 15-yard line was Fred Lester, and he falls to about the line of scrimmage. Wardell Rouse, the rookie linebacker, on the tackle.
I like that throw by Foley. Watch this. Quick, sees it, flick. Just a little flick, very confident, taking what the defense gives him.
And that'll set up a field goal situation. Nick Lowry, who nailed one from 50 in the first quarter, he'll be hash marked to the right. A 31-yard attempt. In his 17th National Football League season. Oh, the timing wasn't there, but the kick is. Wasn't a Rembrandt, but it'll hang on the wall. Lowry with a 3-pointer. From 31 yards, timeout with 11:38 to go here in the third. 6-3, the Jets on top.
When I'm in my Jimmy, nothing gets in my way. Of course, I've got Jimmy's available for...
By a count of 6-3 on a field goal by Lowry. Hey, your favorite show's coming at Channel 44 this fall. Seinfeld is on every weeknight at 7:30 right after Roseanne. So after work, the must-see TV is on Channel 44's Comedy Club. It's Seinfeld, Monday through Friday, 7:30, only on Channel 44. And there is Mr. Silvestri. The New York Jets, Don Silvestri. Bobby Joe Edmonds is one of the men back receiving for the Tampa Bay Bucs, along with Charles Wilson, a wide receiver. It's Edmonds at the 1. And a steam. Flag on the play. Edmonds up to the 34-yard line. A flag was dropped well behind the run back. Cascaden of the Jets made the tackle.
Very close.
And bring it back. Maybe it's better it didn't go all the way because it'd be a shame to lose that.
That would really hurt. He was very close to break. You know, that's one of those where you zig, where you might would have zagged and you would have broken it all. He really found a nice opening. See that it's holding against the Buccaneers. Gutsy run.
That'll bring it back to the 11-yard line. Jerry Ellison, who had a couple of very impressive plays in the first half, is back in the backfield now as Dilfer's completion percentage has dropped to 50% with a couple of INTs on the night. But again, that last one, not his fault.
No, we can't blame him for that one. The first one was either a slip from the heat and humidity and perspiration or a severe underthrow, but that second interception, it was right there.
Ellison set back at the 3, man in motion. Give is to Ellison. And at the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard, but I doubt it. In the area was Otis Smith, who's been very active tonight. Smith, a 6th-year man out of Missouri. Free agent signee from the Philadelphia Eagles, so Kotite knew what he was getting there. They say no gain, 2nd down and 10. Workman and Ellison in the backfield. Dilfer up at the 13-yard line and up to the 14-yard line to Ty.J. Armstrong. Victor Green on the tackle.
I like that that offense they're running right now. They've got an 8th back end who's going in motion. They got a couple of tight ends. It gives Trent a lot of short little crisp pops that he can make, taking what the defense gives him. He's executed those plays very well tonight.
Armstrong's short reception. Beasley makes it 3rd down and 7 at the 14. And Dilfer will go from the shotgun. Got the time, has the receiver, has the first down. Over the 30-yard line. The receiver that time for Tampa Bay was number 84, Charles Wilson.
Now, I bet that felt good. 16-yard gain, nice little step, confident release. I bet that felt good.
But it felt good to Wilson, too, until Ron Carpenter hit him. You're right. 1st and 10 at the 31. Again, the shotgun for Dilfer. We did not see this in the first half. A lot of receivers out on patterns. Dilfer hits his man Courtney Hawkins out of Michigan State. Otis Smith bumps him out. Gain of around 5 or 6.
Here's a good look at Trent. Knows right where to go. Steps. Look at the bullet. Look at the spin on that ball. That's a good, confident throw.
Look at the feet of Courtney Hawkins.
Yeah, nice little tippy toe.
Gain of 5, 2nd down and 5.
Comes the blitz.
Dilfer sees it and gets rid of the ball early. He was looking for number 84 again, Wilson, who wanted a flag for interference, but Vaughn Bryant was not found guilty.
Well, he recognizes this right away, knows he's got to get rid of it. Look, he knows right where to go. He's asking for a flag also.
Doesn't get it. 3rd down and 5. Dilfer, 11 out of 20, 117 and 2 picks tonight.
They're sticking with this spread formation. It's working pretty well for Dilfer.
You see the 3rd down conversion rate, 33%. They'd like to certainly get that up. A lot of time. Dilfer deep over the middle, throws into coverage, and this one is picked off by Otis Smith, who's having a heck of a night for the New York Jets. At that time, I think most of the fans in the stadium could see that that ball should not have been thrown.
Nope. That was thrown into a crowd of people. That was in a big crowd. That's one he'd like to have back.
You know it. Well, 8:50 to go in the third. 6-3, Jets on top. Back in a moment for Channel 44's continuing coverage of the Bucs preseason football.
Position along with a group of his friends, and Trent throws it into that crowd. That was a bad throw, a bad decision, a bad move by Trent.
Vaughn Bryant also helping out on that coverage. So Dilfer right now on the bench with 3 interceptions on the night, and young Glenn Foley meets Santana Dotson. How do you do?
Sack Tanner Dawson. Sack Tanner Dodson. That's a good job. Just fought him off, kept hustling. Sack Tanner time.
You know what? That's how quarterbacks separate shoulders. That's what that is. You don't suppose he'd be talking to the offensive lineman or Foley on this play? Loss of 6 for the youngster out of Boston College. Jets lead at 6-3. Here's the give to Ronald Moore, the gorilla out of Pittsburgh State in Kansas. Carries the ball down to the Bucs 40-yard line.
Super run. That's one of those spread offensive plays where Foley runs out to the right, changing the position. Take a look at his numbers.
Last year with the Arizona Cardinals. Came over in a trade. Rob Moore was involved in that trade. Orlando Parker goes out wide to the top of the screen for New York. Ronald Moore to the left. Check that. Moore remains in the backfield behind Foley. Over the middle, bad throw by Foley, and I don't believe the receiver was ready for it either. Derrick Brooks was ready for it, though.
Derrick Brooks has been very impressive today in every way. Against the pass, against the run. He does not look like a rookie. There he is, middle of your screen, dropping back, hard read on the quarterback, breaking on the ball. That's a great break on the ball. That guy's going to be good.
Burke, the reserve tight end, was the target that time. Tyree Davis is back with Bobby Joe Edmonds to receive this punt. Spiral, and they'll let it go over their heads and see if it stays in bounds. It does. It does not go into the end zone for the touchback, and it will be marked at the 7-yard line. So the Jets do their job. Ryan Wagner put the Buccaneers in a hole. We'll be back to Tampa Stadium for more Bucs football on Channel 44 in a moment. Trent Dilfer's night is over because Casey Weldon, the former Seminole from Florida State, is in a QB.
Well, Trent had a rough night. Now, Casey has an opportunity to be really impressive here. He marches this team down and does a few good things, and they got a problem in Tampa Bay.
Casey Weldon got the best job in pro football, Beasley, the backup quarterback. Everybody loves the backup until he becomes the starter. Weldon rolling around in the end zone. Pressure, and he's brought down for a loss at the 5-yard line. Kurt Barber caught him from behind. Ouch.
All right, Casey, you got to move. You got to do things a little quicker than that in the National Football League. Nice fake, good job up to this point, but at this point you either run or throw or get knocked out.
Barber, 4th-year pro out of Southern Cal, almost got himself a fumble or a turnover force there.
See, Casey was a little too cool that time. Now, I like cool people, but you can't be that cool.
What'd you say? Loss of 3. Weldon down the shadow of his own goal line. One of the Jets was very much offside. Again, I don't see a flag on the play. The running play goes almost nowhere. Let's see who is lugging it there. Ellison, the ball carrier, and the tackle made by Kyle Clifton, who's been around forever with the Jets.
I think I played against Kyle.
Well, I said forever. There you go. He's in his 12th year, Beasley.
Yeah, well, no, I didn't back it. This is almost disaster. The Jets got some real good penetration into the backfield, but Ellison has been impressive.
Glenn Cadres got the penetration to the line of scrimmage. Nothing was called there. 3rd down and 12. Weldon 5 yards deep in the end zone. He's got an open receiver at the 10. Short of the first down. And the receiver was Copeland, tackled there by Otis Smith. And that'll bring in the punting unit for Tampa Bay. Reggie Roby will try and get it done this time. So tough field position for Casey Weldon. He started out on the 7, did get some punting room for Reggie Roby.
Well, this is Reggie's specialty, kicking a team out of a deep hole. See if he can do it here.
Aaron Glenn and Dexter Carter back for the Jets. He booms this one. Wow, Carter's back at his own 28, but he's got a lane. And runs in that lane up to the 42-yard line. So 14-yard return for the former 49er. Tony Bowie brought him down. 5:16 left in the 3rd. It's still a tight one on the scoreboard. Jets lead it 6-3. Back in a moment. LC's have been around a long time.
Now he's 6'3", almost 260, a huge man, but with the movement of a ballerina. Watch the extension of his leg when he kicks. That is flexibility. That's a big man. Oh, let me see you do that time.
No, thank you. I don't want to hurt myself. Roby, of course, as a kid, practiced punting by kicking the football over the roof of his house. And he's been in this league a long time. One of the great ones. As Moore takes the first handoff from Foley. Ronald Moore for the Jets. Herman Smith the tackle. Now, Roby's got his own line of cookies, and they're coming out, I understand, here in the Tampa Bay area soon. And they asked him how good they were. He said, well, it's better than the average cookie.
Well, that's how you got to be 260. Making them cookies.
Ronald Moore getting a good look here for the Jets in their backfield. Ran for 780 yards for Buddy Ryan's Cardinals last year. Don't know if Buddy noticed, but he did. For the only setback, Foley looking to pass under pressure. And wheels it out there, sort of a shovel pass, and the darn thing is completed to Fred Baxter, reserve tight end. John Lynch on the tackle.
See, I love that. You know, some coaches have a heart attack, and the purist freaks out about things like this, but I think that's creativity. That's the ability to create. Look at Brooks closing off one of the sides there. And see, that's not fair for Brooks to work that hard. And a guy to a shovel pass on the run behind him.
And not only that, it goes for a first down. There you see, the Jets have a much better field position than that.
Absolutely, starting on their own 42.
Again, the handoff is to number 33, and that's that Ronald Moore out of Pitt State in Kansas. Derrick Brooks makes the tackle.
Ronald Moore can run the football. And he's a big man. He's got good balance. Has a little attitude. He knows he's a runner.
And look at the pursuit on the other end for the Bucs by Brooks.
Yeah.
Good pursuit.
And at the end of the play, I like the way Moore kind of, throws his body into the tackler, kind of punishes the tackler a little bit.
2nd down and 2. 8-yard gain for Moore. Goes again up the middle, breaks one tackle, and finally is put to an end by Derrick Brooks, but it never should have come to that. First down, New York.
Well, Moore is very satisfied with himself now. That was a super run. That's one of those plays that the coaches run over and over again. Good blocking up front, super blocking. And who is that? 91?
91 for the Bucs, Herman Smith.
Herman gets a big paw out there, but it's still not enough to bring Moore down.
Rushing yardage, neither team racking up an appreciable amount on the turf tonight. 1st and 10 at the Bucs 33 for New York. Play fake, Foley, lots of time, has a tight end, catch and a fumble, and the Jets recover it anyway. Catching the ball was Baxter, hit from behind, I believe, by Brooks, coughed it up, and Lester recovers for the Jets.
Brooks hurt himself a little bit on that play, but this young man is playing one whale of a football game. He comes in, boom, right in the back, forcing the defender to let the play go, and Brooks does come out of the game. That one shook him up just a little bit. But, boy, he's put on a show.
So Derrick Brooks will take a seat.
Yeah, that's a football player.
He's going to be something else. I think he already might be. Second down at 8. Ride that horse till it falls down. Ronald Moore again. And McGill makes the tackle for Tampa Bay. Carmelia McGill says, just call me Karma. Just call me a hard hitter.
I like Carm.
36.
Carm McGill.
I think I'll call him Carm.
Yeah. That's what he wants us to call him, so that's what we'll call him.
4-yard rush, third down and 6. 6-3 Jets late in the third quarter. Foley with a swing pass. Inside the 30 to the 28-yard line, short of the first down. Jerry Wilson made a nice tackle there on Ronald Moore.
See, Ronald Moore can catch it. He can run it. He can run inside. He can run outside. This is a very, very interesting running back.
Ball is placed on the 26-yard line. Now Foley's looking over the bench as if to say, give me a shot on this.
Now, they actually caught him on a twisting blitz. And so wonder that didn't really go for a long one.
Jets going to go for it here. 4th down and 3. Hey, why not? See what this young man can do. Fans urging the Buccaneer defense on. Foley, lots of time. Unloads, incomplete. Tampa Bay will take it over. Wardell Rouse was on the coverage. Helped to break that short pass up.
Well, that's something that's a great confidence builder for a defense. Good job.
25 seconds left here in the third quarter. The Jets lead the Bucs 6-3 on WTOG's coverage of Buccaneer football. Out of Clemson made a big play just a moment ago.
He makes a super play. It's a little delay route up top. The receiver goes out, spins back to the inside. There he is, number 52, knocking it down, making a big play at the right time.
That was on 4th and 3, so Casey Weldon just a touch better field position than he had the last time. From the 7 out to the 21. 1st and 10, Tampa Bay, or out to the 26. 7 out to the 26, and a fumble in the backfield. Did he recover it? I believe he did. That's Bobby Joe Edmonds.
Bobby Joe hit that running hard. I bet he feels like had he have held on to that ball, he could have done something.
Classic example of, they used to say, running before you catch it.
That's right. Took off before he actually got the handoff secure.
And the clock runs out on the third quarter. 3 quarters of game 1 of the 1995 preseason are in the books as the Swashbucklers take the field after 3 quarters on WTOG. It's the New York Jets 6, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 3. Back for the fourth quarter on Channel 44 in a moment. Lowry's second field goal of the game, which has given the Jets a 6-3 lead in a battle of field goals. We got some touchdown pieces.
Yeah, at some point, somebody's got to break something.
All right, Casey Weldon, of course, played in the World League over in Europe with the Barcelona Dragons. Had 5 games, so that was enough. I got to come back to the NFL. Weldon, oh my goodness, he was under a fierce rush and is lucky he got that ball away at all. Lou Benfatti, the second-year man out of Penn State, planted Casey Weldon.
Casey stood in there, showed a lot of courage, and still got the ball. But believe me, you don't want this to happen too much. Boy, man, I mean, you see the guy coming. Here's a great look at it right here. Imagine being the quarterback of an NFL team, and you see all of that mass of human being coming at you right at the point of release.
Well, Benfatti stayed on Long Island in the offseason, bulked up. He added 8 pounds of sheer muscle, and he quickened himself as well. All the starters on the offensive line, though, keep in mind, are out of the game by now. Again, Weldon is pressured. This one will be picked off by the Jets' Ron Carpenter. Carpenter at the 25, trying to maneuver, and it finally laterals the ball off, and this one is run out of bounds by Victor Green. He thinks he's in the end zone, but he stepped out at the 14. Wow.
Well, that's a Casey after being pounded. See, this play goes back to the play before when he was pounded. Now, and remember, all the starters are out. The left tackle here just allows the guy to go right around him. Casey's shoulder is grabbed right at the point of release, so it's almost like a gift.
Well, the guy that put the pressure on was Hugh Douglas, first-round pick of the Jets out of Central State, Ohio. He and Kurt Barber. Wow.
I love the end of that play.
Yeah.
Carpenter makes a little flick over the green.
Turnovers, as you see, and that's what really determines a lot of games in the NFL. Mistakes, turnovers.
That's almost everything. I mean, most teams, when you win the giveaway, takeaway battle in the course of a season, you have had a pretty good year.
So Foley is in command. After the turnover, it's 1st and 10 Jets at the Bucs 15-yard line. This play, though, will be thrown for a loss. The ball carrier is tackled by Wardell Rouse. Adrian Morrell took the handoff. Loss of about 5 on the play.
Rouse with another super play. You know, this is what this game is all about for these players. Getting noticed so you can make a team. I mean, that's step one, make the team. And he's had his name called out on some real big plays. 2 here back-to-back almost.
Rookie out of Clemson, 6th-round pick is Rouse. They'll give it a 4-yard loss on the play. 2nd and 14 from the 18. Foley over the middle has his receiver. That is number 44, Sheridan May, reserve fullback, and he is pounded by Carr McGill, among others.
Somebody needs to teach Sheridan May that once they've got you wrapped up and you can't go anywhere, go down.
Well, he played at Idaho, and I don't think he got hit like that at Idaho.
Now watch this. Look. In the National Football League, they will knock you out. They are not joking.
Melvin Johnson wasn't joking that play. Ha ha.
Laugh at that.
4-yard gain, 3rd and 10. Foley going for the end zone, and it is knocked away and almost intercepted. Kenneth Gant, who's a local boy, got a lot of family and friends at the game, made the play.
Kenneth Gant is one of a group of guys fighting for the opportunity to play a lot of regular safety. Now, they're sure that he's going to play on special teams. He's known for that, but that's a great play by a safety.
Fred Baxter, the intended receiver. Gant, a native of Lakeland, played his college ball at Albany State of Georgia. And here's Lowry. So we have 33-yard attempt, hash mark to the right. They'll officially say 32. Plenty long enough, and the kick is good. Early in the 4th quarter, in the battle of field goals here from Tampa Stadium on WTOG. It's the New York Jets 9, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 3. Back in a moment. Up here at Tampa Stadium on Channel 44. And hey, the wait is over. August 28th kicks off the 2nd season of Star Trek Voyager on UPN and Channel 44. Remember when Star Trek meant kicking some alien butt? Well, Captain Janeway is back. And she's got her boots on. Season 2 of Star Trek Voyager begins August 28th. Channel 44. Let's you and I go out and kick some alien butt tonight, Beasley. I mean, I haven't done that in, 10 minutes.
I'm going to be looking for me an alien.
Oh, let's move on. Sylvester with the kickoff. And it's gathered in there by the Bucs' Charles Wilson at the goal line. Nice return by Wilson up to the 25, 26-yard line. And Casey Weldon will come in for another series. Don Davis helped make the tackle.
I think Casey Weldon has a great opportunity with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I don't believe that Trent Dilfer has a lot of confidence right now. And I think Casey, just looking at the 2 players play, plays with more confidence. At some point, we could have a little quarterback controversy.
Well, in that much ballyhooed controlled scrimmage against Miami, where Dilfer did not, by his own admission, do that well, Weldon 3 out of 5, 51 yards. He really didn't get that much of a chance there. And that's been his gripe in the NFL. He said, nobody gives me a chance. Well, he's getting one tonight, but albeit not with the starting offensive line, and he was pressured again there.
No, he is under duress from the very snap of the ball.
Glenn Cadrez of the Jets was pressuring him, but offside on New York.
Offside, number 71 defense, 5 yards, first down.
And there you go. We've seen that penalty called repeatedly on the Jets tonight. That was on Gerald Jeffcoat. So first down and 5. Bucs get a break under the 30-yard line. And the ball is handed off to Rudy Harris. 4-yard gain. Smith with a tackle.
The Bucs have an interesting collection of runners. You know, they hit the hole hard. They're all kind of short, muscular guys. Carry a little power with them.
Second down and 1. Well into the sideline, intended for Copeland, and Horace Copeland brought it in. Anthony Pryor on the tackle. First down, Tampa Bay.
The classic quick out. 3-step drop by the quarterback. The DB's looking 1, 2, 3, gone. The DB's looking for that, so he knows to break quickly. Didn't break quickly enough. Good pattern, good throw.
Copeland again lining up to the opposite side. Ball on the 39. Vince Workman moves upfield for a couple. Jeff Cote, the tackle for the Jets.
Good play calling here by Tampa Bay. If you can't block them, then you stop going for the 5- and 7-step drops in the passing game. You go to the 3-step out, then you hand it off in a little kind of a sprint draw. You reduce the offense. You make it to the quick decision, get the ball out of the quarterback's hand quickly type of offense.
Workman, the lone setback in behind Casey Weldon. And a whistle will stop everything on this play. Remains to be seen what the infraction is. The flag thrown by the linesman, maybe delay of game.
False start, number 89, offense, prior to the snap, 5 yards, still second down.
Wide receiver Tyree Davis, guilty of the false start there. Davis trying to make this football team out of Central Arkansas. Courtney Hawkins, we understand, out of the game for Tampa Bay, out with a shoulder sprain, will not return tonight. Of course, Alvin Harper is also a prime concern, so a couple of receivers getting some bruises in the first preseason game. Workman turned nothing into just a little something. He could have been tackled for a 7-yard loss.
That was a dandy little move. The New York Jets recognized that play immediately. They converged, but take a look at the move here. Little hesitation and go. There's no way he was supposed to be able to get outside. That's a great run.
Workman out of Ohio State, 7th year in the National Football League. Third down and 9 at the 40-yard line for Tampa Bay. Passing down. Let's see if the Jets throw in a blitz. Standard rush out of the backfield to Workman, but he will be hemmed in very nicely by Anthony Pryor, well short of the first down. And the Bucs' Shane Edge will come out for another punt.
Casey Weldon throws a nice ball.
Dexter Carter, along with Aaron Glenn in double safety to receive the punt of Shane Edge. His first effort not memorable, 33 yards. At the 20-yard line, it's Dexter Carter. He's got some talent. Flag on the play. He's out of bounds at the 45. Shane Edge, the punter, I believe, brought him down.
What a great pickup by the Jets. That Carter can really motor. He's got great instincts, good vision. See if he was helped out by an illegal block by one of his teammates here, but that was a super run.
You know, there's nothing. It's one of the most exciting plays in football. I think the league's got to do something about all these flags on kickoff and punt returns.
Number 93 receiving team during the return.
And the guilty party that time, Alan Young, and it nullifies a pretty good run back. We'll be back to talk more about that. 9:24 to go here in the fourth quarter on Channel 44. Bucs have some work to do, trailing by 6.
A longer period of time. So the anxiety of the overnight is over, and we expect to have him back by the regular season now.
For struggled from the very start against the Jets last night. He was able to hit some short routes, but he never really threw it down the field. And when he faltered, the fans let him have it. We wanted to know, Trent, does the booing bother you?
That's a tough question to answer. I can understand their frustrations with bad plays. I'm frustrated too. I guarantee you they're not as upset with me as I am.
All right, to golf. Tampa's Woody Austin made a wild comeback today.
There's a push right there. Can't do that, son.
That one was right near where the ball carrier was, so that was a justifiable penalty. They do seem to ruin a lot of exciting runbacks, and there's that graphic. We talked about the Jets' inexperience at wide receiver in our opening to this game, and it's shown they've only had 2 completions to the wideouts tonight. Here's a pretty good run, though, for number 29, Adrian Morrell. Bowie made the tackle. Morrell, one of a stable of backs for the Jets out of West Virginia in his 3rd year.
Discussion by the boys.
You're more liable to see that in these preseason games, aren't you, Beasley, with kids trying to make the team?
Yeah, and it's hot and they're tired. This is a super run right here. See, he's not tippy-toeing in the hole. When he saw the hole, that Adrian Morrell, he exploded. That's a good job.
Adrian Morrell grew up in Hawaii, went to college at West Virginia. I haven't figured that one out.
No, I'm trying to figure out how you learn how to run like that in Hawaii.
I mean, I love West Virginia, but
I love Hawaii.
I love Honolulu, too. There's Foley. Dumps off out of the backfield. The catch by Sheridan May, and look at him go. Trying to get the first down. He's close as Kerry Mock brought him down.
Well, that Glenn Foley's got a little style. I like the way he backs up. I like the way he calls his game and flicks it. Here's a good look at him. See how he keeps his eyes down? That's discipline. That's trying to throw the defense off. It's like a look-off. Comes up, makes a nice little toss, super run.
Glenn Foley is used to playing under pressure, albeit at the college level. Days at Boston College, he won some big games for them. And there's Sheridan May. He was Mr. Everything for the Vandals of Idaho. 2nd down and 1. Foley on a quick one has the first down. A possession pass completed to Alan Allen. That's right, I said Alan Allen. What do you do
now,
to your
this
coach?
Is the perfect quick out. Watch this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Never stops running. The ball is thrown before he makes his cut. That's the reason the execution was so sharp that no one could stop it.
And what's the odds you'd have 2 players from Idaho on the same NFL team?
With some pretty good stats, too.
Allen, I love it. Coach's dream. Hey, Allen, get over here. Here's the handoff to Morrell. And Warren Sapp wraps him up. I think they gave Sapp most of the 3rd quarter off.
Well, they're trying to get him in shape for the season, get him ready to go. This guy's got to play well. Look at him break 2 tackles there. Give up his body. Hold on for dear life until he gets help.
I think defensively tonight, the rookies for Tampa Bay have played very well, and as a unit, there's nothing to really complain about. I think for the defensive coach.
No, I think they've done well, especially the defensive line. They've played very well today.
Foley underthrows that one. The intended receiver, Tommy Garlick. Jerry Wilson on the coverage. And a flag on the play with 6:56 to go. Holding New York.
See, that's another one that'll make a coach crazy. There's the new defensive coordinator, Rusty Tillman, for the Buccaneers, shouting for his players to move them back.
Tillman bringing some life, some pizzazz into the defensive unit.
Tell you what, he's got a lot of it.
Hold it. 77
to the Seattle Seahawks, wasn't he? Huh?
Forever. Was their special teams coach for years, one of the best, then became their defensive coordinator. Now here.
Holding was on the rookie Matt O'Dwyer, one of the Jets' high draft picks, so it moves the ball back to the 30-yard line. Third and a bunch for Foley, who has one man around his leg. Tries to get it out to Sheridan May, but Herman Smith had a hold of the quarterback. Should bring up a punting situation. Unless the yard mark, no, the yard marker was wrong and showed third, then they rolled it back to second. It's now third down. Arnie Nickerson, of course, not playing tonight, still nursing a shoulder injury.
Oh, that's a football player. All pro, big time player.
Good to see his arm out of that sling.
That's right.
Third down and 22 coming up here for Foley. And has his receiver up at the 42-yard line, well short of the first. Alan Allen made the catch. Macy Stevens knocked him out. And now the Jets will come in to punt it.
Foley throws a good ball, I tell you. He's just good balance. Throws with a lot of confidence. That sideline pattern is the most difficult one to throw in the game. And in that series, he put two right on the money. One was a little short.
Brian Wagner punting to Tyree Davis in single safety at his own 18. Bucs could sure use a good run back here. Juice this crowd up and get the offense going. At the 15, and Davis almost has disaster strike. Fortunately, he covers his own muff.
I think that's one of the most dangerous things to do in the world. I did it for years. It takes a lot of concentration, a lot of poise, and you know, you feel them, you hear them coming and everything. You got to catch them.
9-3 Jets. Back in a moment on Channel 44. I'm Tom Mees, WTOG's presentation of Bucs preseason football. And Beasley, maybe one of the final chances for the Bucs to generate some offense here. First and 10 at the 20, down 9-3. Casey Weldon still at quarterback for Tampa Bay. Looking left all the way and through the hands of the intended receiver, Tyree Davis. Otis Smith, who's had an outstanding game tonight for the Jets, on the cover.
Here's a good-looking Casey.
Oh, they missed one there.
Man, did they miss one. Woo!
Hugh Douglas, the man with a hand on the face mask, top draft pick, and there's the quarterback comparison. Although, let's be fair to both parties. The starting offensive line is not in there for Casey Weldon as Bobby Joe Edmonds takes the ball.
Yeah, that's a huge difference, because now you're talking about mixing and matching guys that are trying to make calls on the offensive line together. Don't play together a lot. That's a good run by Edmonds. This guy's put on. I think he's giving the coaches something to think about.
Brings up a third down and 5 at the 25-yard line. Weldon over the middle, throws into coverage, gets away with it though. The reception is made for the first down. Cedric Saunders, Len Cadrez on the tackle.
And the fans respond with a little applause. They haven't seen a lot of first downs today. Casey with a simple little play. We've seen this play all game long.
Saunders, rookie tight end out of Ohio State, was waived by the Bucs last year, back for another chance this year. And there is Ellison on the carry over the 35 to the 37.
Ellison has great footwork. Never stops pumping. Makes radical little cuts in small areas. That's how you judge a little potential.
They mark it at the 36, second down and 6.5. Ellison again. Flag of the play. Ellison got the first down, but let's see. The flag came for the defensive secondary, and it well away from the play. Pat Terrell, the safety, credited with a tackle. And bring it back.
Yep. You saw that from way back.
Holding, number 49, offense, 10-yard penalty, repeat second down.
Oh, the tight end, Saunders.
That's an old-fashioned sweep. You don't see those too much anymore.
No, you don't.
It worked.
Why do you think teams gave that up?
You know, everybody knows that the Packers made so much money with that particular play, but just over the years, defenses learned how to defend it. Now we don't see it so much anymore, so every now and then it catches you off guard.
Second down, 17. A lot of time for Weldon. And Copeland makes the reception up to the 32-yard line. Cascaden made the tackle.
Casey's not trying to force anything. That's one interesting thing about him as a player. He's content to drop back, hit the tight end over the middle.
And you can see the Bucs, so they've had better days or nights on third down conversion rates. Let's see how Weldon does now. He's going to take off with it. He's got the first down. Casey Weldon brings this crowd to their feet for one of the few times tonight.
He came out of there like he can run, too. That looked pretty good.
Fear will do that to you.
Yeah, well, yeah.
He knew he had to get out there. 16-yard gain for Weldon. He was not exactly a running threat in his college days.
You know what? This is good for him. He's doing whatever he has to do to advance the chain.
First and 10, Bucs at the 47. Still time left to pull this thing out. Here goes Edmonds. Takes a hard hit, but falls into Jet territory. Boy, he was meant hard at midfield. Anthony Pryor was given credit for the tackle.
There's that sweep again. Now, this time, the Buccaneers sealed the corner off. So it's left to the one player to bring him down. You see some DBs coming from the inside, but that's a good job. I think that kind of banged his thigh up a little bit as he's waiting for assistance.
Anthony Pryor, that's the reason running backs, friends, wear thigh pads. Hits like that. Pryor measured him up well.
Yeah. And, you know, that's the kind of bruise that'll sit with you a long time. He'll sit with that bruise all season.
Bobby Joe Edmonds, we alluded to earlier, 5 years away from the NFL. One time a great punt returner, special teams man with Seattle, and had some problems with alcohol, admittedly. Has been sober for over clean and sober for over 3 years now, trying to make it back to the NFL. Well, the Bucs' home schedule kicks off in mid-September. The Bears will come in, of course, the division rival. I think the highlight of that will be the Central Division rivals, as they always are. And also, I think it's going to be entertaining to see Jacksonville come to town.
Absolutely.
And get your Bucs season tickets. Call 813-879-BUCS. That's the ticket office, or all Ticketmaster locations. Tickets available for all those home games here at the stadium. Second down and 6. Ellison. Good yardage up the middle, but short of the first down.
Super cut running backs. You talk to the good running backs and the good punt returners. They talk about finding a crease or a back door in the defense. Starting one way, there's the back door. You cut up, you know, when you start that one direction, you get that defense leaning and moving. You try to cut behind them. Some of the good runners call that the back door. Ellison found it there.
Well, that home opener against Chicago, if you want to see the Heisman Trophy winner, Rashaan Salam, he just signed with the Bears. He'll show up.
He'll be there.
Warren Sapp would like to say hello to him. Sure they'll have a few words. Here's Weldon. Oh, the fake doesn't fool the Jets, and Weldon is fortunate that wasn't picked off by Glenn Cadret.
Very fortunate there, Mr. Weldon.
Kyle Clifton was putting the pressure on him. 4th and 2. The fans want the Bucs to go for it, and they are going to do just that at the 45. With 2:08 left to go in the game.
You know, this game has been, I know Coach Weiss has got a lot of work to do today. He's trying to see a lot of people and put them in conservative positions so that they can just play. But this game has been uncharacteristically straight down the line for Mr. Weiss.
Close to the first down. It's going to depend on the mark. And the linesman will take time to check this one out. Ellison got the handoff. Sam Weiss said in the newspapers, hey, if it's close, we're going to try and win it at the end. We're going to insert some players in there I think can win the game. Although winning isn't everything, I think for either one of these teams, you're coming off 6 and 10 seasons, Beasley. Winning is important.
I think winning is important. Like you say, when you're coming off of a season where you really need to turn something around, it's good to get some good taste in the mouth of your players, and I don't think that the Buccaneers have a good taste right now.
Well, that 4th and 2 did not result in the first down. The Jets stacked it up, and they'll take over at their own 45-yard line. Glenn Foley still at quarterback. 2:02 left in this game. We'll have the 2-minute warning after this play. Give is the little scat back Morrell. Hold everything. Flag is on the play. Flags all over the place. Tommy Thigpen given credit for the tackle. Holding on the Jets. Gordon McCarter trying to find out who did it. And also, if the Bucs want to accept that penalty. Play did not go anywhere.
Holding, number 46, offense, penalty decline, 2nd down. That is the 2-minute warning.
Paul Burke is called for a holding. The penalty is declined, and we'll be back with the last 1:56 of this one on Channel 44's coverage of Bucs preseason football from Tampa Stadium. Back with the remainder of the game in a moment. Pondering the situation right now from a win-loss perspective, it's not a pretty one. 9-3.
Nope, this has not been a pretty one. I think the Buccaneers are concerned about their quarterback position. They should be happy with what they saw on defense for the most part. I think they saw some promise from the running back and the offensive line when it comes to the first couple of groups.
And game 2 of the preseason on Channel 44 next Friday from Cincinnati, live at 7:30 Tampa time. Alvin Harper, of course, will not be there, and we hope that he's back for most of the regular season. Suffering a knee and ankle strain. The latest we have is that the x-rays were negative and anywhere from 3 to 5 weeks, but who knows with those type of injuries. With 1:49 to go in this one, we'll take another break from the stadium as we are reaching the end of the line. The Jets hanging on to a 9-3 lead. Linda to Merriam.
I don't trust Anthony.
Why do you think they called the 2-minute warning? I'm warning you.
Linda, don't do it. I know Anthony.
Anthony, come up here in the booth. I got to have a long talk with you, young man.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Linda,
too.
please. We're all into love here.
That's right.
Show us some love.
That's right. And a prenuptial agreement. All right. 3rd down and 9 at the 46. Oh, it's lucky my wife can't hear this game.
Yeah, we're all control.
Foley, there goes Foley back to pass, and he is brought down. Mark Spindler, brought over from the Detroit Lions, given credit for that tackle.
The guys you are looking at right now are desperately trying to move from the 4th team to the 3rd. I mean, these are guys that are really struggling to make a football team, so it's the kind of all-out effort that you're going to get here.
And once again, our next telecast Friday night live from Cincinnati. Game time at 7:30. Pre-game show countdown to kickoff at 7 o'clock. At 7 o'clock Tampa time, followed by the Bucs and the Bengals. Sam White's going back to Cincinnati. And we understand Kajana Carter probably won't play, but he is signed. He might play. We don't know. That's on the bubble.
That'll be a great game to watch. I mean, just Sam back in Cincinnati and two teams with a lot of talent now.
Yep.
Two teams with a lot of talent trying to turn it around. A good telecast.
Clarence Verdun back in single safety to receive the punt from Brian Wagner as the Bucs have one more shot at this. Oh, look at that punt. Verdun at his 2, and he's in trouble. Gets away from it. But he had to go too far sideways. He still salvaged the play, and a 15-yarder will be tacked on against the Jets, and this will give Tampa Bay decent field position. Mr. Lester got a little bit overzealous for New York.
Yeah, you got to know that the guy's going out of bounds. He's got 1 foot out of bounds. Let him go. They're going to call that every time.
Personal foul, late hit out of bounds, number 32 kicking team. 15 yards, first down.
And when you run one Fred Lester, who's a young man of Alabama A&M trying to make this team, you don't want to do that.
No, and I understand Fred's point. I mean, I chased the guy 20 yards. I'm going to do something.
I'm going to get a little shot in.
But they'll call it every time.
So 1 minute, 29 seconds, and a chance to see what Casey Weldon Beasley can do, and with a 2-minute situation. Down by 6, he's got to drive this team 69 yards to win it.
I predict he does it. There's a bold one.
Well, all you folks on Dale Mabry, get out of your car and get back into the stadium.
Here.
Well, he takes it from the shotgun, one-handed. And going up and not coming down with a football is Tyree Davis. That play, he never handled the snap clean.
No. Joseph did a pretty good job there. Good position, used the correct hand, not the right hand, the correct hand. Look at that, right there. Nice left hand, and I say that the left hand is the correct hand because you still got the right hand around the player in case you miss the ball.
Minute 23 to go. Weldon 7 out of 11 now on the night. Only 36 yards, however. Everybody out on patterns. Weldon gonna have to tuck it in. This won't get it done, though. He's taken out at the 33 by Willie Bazile and has to call a timeout.
Casey's making me look bad.
Well, you know, we got to get Steve McNair in here to do some of his magic that he used to do at Alcorn State. He used to specialize in this stuff in college. Of course, he's with the Houston Oilers now. So you got Weldon at considerable playing time tonight. Dilfer, of course, Dilfer will start against Cincinnati. And I think, you know, the first game, Beasley, really, from a coaching standpoint, how much can you evaluate in the long haul from the first game?
Well, I think you can evaluate it all. I think you can get a lot out of tonight's game. I think, and once again, I have to say that the news is a bit disturbing. I mean, when it comes to Trent Dilfer, I think they have a legitimate concern. They need to sit down. They need to talk to him about his confidence, his decision-making. He made a couple of real bad decisions. There was a faint glimpse of real talent there when he made a couple of nice throws. But beyond that, I think they've got something to worry about when it comes to the quarterback position.
Good crowd on half of this game, 47,311. Next home preseason game against Pittsburgh in a couple of weeks. Weldon hits his man, first down, 48-yard line. Horace Copeland out of Miami. And the clock is running with an even minute to go. Anthony Pryor on the tackle. Copeland says, don't worry, Beasley. I'm going to make you look good. Well, still a lot of work to do.
Let's go now.
No timeouts left for the Bucs, so Weldon has to just spike it to stop the clock with 48 seconds left. That's the big obstacle here.
Yeah, we need a trick play.
What you need is 3 more timeouts is what you need.
or 3 timeouts.
That's right.
Okay, let's see what's the next prediction.
Nice
effort.
effort.
All right, here we go.
Copeland.
That's a good catch. Look at him step into that ball, make a confident throw, and super catch at the other end. Now what they need to do is throw a nice, deep comeback on the sideline so the receiver can catch it, step out of bounds, and stop the clock. And then they need a razzle-dazzle play, something tricky.
You see Copeland's per-catch average, #1 for the Bucs in his young career. Weldon, pressured, gets away from it. Has to do something in a hurry, and he will go nowhere. He'll throw that away, and he will
get away with it.
Get away. I thought McCarter was going to go for the flag, but no. Gerald Jeffcoat wants him to.
Now,
no.
That's the kind of play that can end a football game.
Boy, Weldon did a great job. Who did he duck under here? That's Big Hugh Douglas, who's got Gastineau's number. And he almost got it twice.
Good quickness, doesn't it?
Well, Hugh Douglas, number 99 of the Jets, when he was at Central State, this is a true story, he used to go out in the first series and draw a roughing the passer penalty every week just to show he was into the game.
Wow.
He has bad intentions for the other quarterback. He said he wouldn't do it in the pros. It's too costly, and let's hope that he has not got an injury here. #1 draft pick of the Jets. Along with Brady, both picked in the first round. Oh, my goodness. Central State out of Ohio, Hugh Douglas.
You know, I didn't see him hurt himself on the play. This could be an exhaustion or cramp.
He had 42 sacks, he did, Beasley, in 3 years at Central State, an NAIA school.
Yeah. See, this is exhaustion. He didn't hurt himself. This kid, he laid it out there on that play.
He really did.
And this is after hustling all night long.
So thankfully Douglas is okay. I'll pump some fluids into him. He is big. 6'2", 265, but he looks even a little bit bigger than that.
Yep, he's got a little something to sit on there. he got a little base. He got a little base to sit on there.
But that would be, you know, if I'm an opponent of Central State and I'm a quarterback, and I got Hugh Douglas, and I know he's going to kill me. He's just going to, you know, just to prove he's there, he's going to nail me.
Right.
That's intimidation.
Well, if I'm the opposite coach, the opposing coach, I just let my second team quarterback start the game.
Oh, thank you. All right, 3rd down and 10. Big play for Weldon and the Bucs here. Going long is Casey Weldon. Copeland is there and makes the catch. He makes the catch, and a flag on the play. First down and goal at the 4. And Beasley Reese is a wizard. Maybe. What a catch by Horace Copeland. And a great throw by Weldon, but Copeland really made that play. It's against the Jets, the penalty flag. It'll be 1st and goal. Holy cow. That'll up that 20-yard average. 43 yards and a catch by Copeland.